Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Going Medieval. So today what we're going to be doing is a bunch more playthrough and getting started with some stuff. So we have enough textiles to make some winter clothes, some new stuff, and because of Angus's good textile skill level, we can create a really good one. We'll give this to the guy that just joined the settlement, I think. Probably do that and then make our own. So I got him to take off his clothes, and I was hoping that he would just go and immediately pick up the other one, but he hasn't done that yet. And I'm trying to figure out why, but he's just kind of standing over there with basically no clothes on, and I don't want to like auto-equip it. Or not auto-equip it, like tell him to force-equip, because then I don't know if he'll, you know, follow instructions for other things later on. So I'm trying to fix that, but yeah. So I assigned him to a group, and that still didn't work. He still wanted to just kind of stand over there. I do have the game paused, but he doesn't seem want to actually pick it up for some reason, which is fine. I mean, he's in his trousers, so it's not like it's a horrible thing, but they do get a negative mood effect if they are not warm enough. So he ended up just going right past it and going to bed in his trousers. So at least we have the braziers, which will help with the heat and stuff. Yeah, so in the morning he got up and was actually the first to rise. Angus seems to be sleeping in a lot more for some reason. I have no idea why, but he's still in his trousers and went to the dining room area, well, dining room / library, I guess, and ate some brunch. After chopping down a tree, he decided, you know, it would be a good time to actually put some clothes on. So, yeah, you know, in the morning you have to make sure that you chop down a tree before you put some clothes on, right? Just kind of a morning ritual, I guess. So, yeah, he went and put some clothes on, and I was pretty happy with them. The game now taunted us with some animals joining, but because they're small animals, like chickens, they're not going to probably last that long. Actually, they didn't last long at all. There was 3 males, which is even hilarious, because you can't breed any males with males. So, yeah, those were basically useless chickens right from the get-go, and all of a sudden, I was looking around, just making sure that they were safe. I was going to think about taming the littlest one, and I was like, And then I started seeing all the foxes and stuff come, and I'm like, yeah, they're not going to last the night. They're not even going to last like 5 seconds, I don't think. Yeah, as soon as that one was dead, they were just like, okay, other 2. There was like a whole pack of polecats and everything just going right after them. So, yeah, the best way to get chickens is through merchants, because they are protected by the merchant when they're coming into your settlement. So, just a rule of thumb, just make sure that you get them from a trader. We also started working on getting the room here built. I wanted to move the religious place, like for I don't know really what to call them. I guess they're like shrines. So there's 2 of them for both of those. I wanted to put them upstairs. So we started working on getting that all set up, and I did put in the shrines. There's no light up there at the moment, but there is stairs going up there. And I think we have enough now, or close to getting another set of clothes made. So we'll see if we can't work on that. Or I would have said we would have had enough, but there's another settler now, so I'm going to accept these guys because they're good with carpentry, and we'll definitely need that later on, and we don't actually have to go to war for them. This also means, though, we're going to need another room, so that means we're going to have to build another place upstairs, which is fine. Right now it's just kind of putting everyone in their own rooms, trying to get them set up, but yeah, he's pretty injured and will need some work for sure. But he's okay. He's got pretty good perks. Everyone really likes him, good conversations and stuff, and the only other thing is he's not good with alcohol. So I basically made him just not drink any alcohol because he'll like pass out apparently. So we'll need to make sure that, not that we have alcohol at the moment, but that will become a problem if he does have it. So you'll just have to kind of get that negative effect for not having any, I guess. But we'll put the room right here, I think, and build that up. So after that, we worked on just getting another room set up here. I want to move, or put something up here for armory. So not armory, but like armor. And there's a workstation that we'll eventually be able to put in here that will allow us to make some gabesons and other types of armor. So it's really important to have that early on, because then they're at least protected. I also started working on getting some stone walls, just some cobblestone ones, but I figured that would be better than nothing. And we also started working on getting a plan for our cellar, because all our food is going to waste. And we also have this cat, but don't get attached to it. It's extremely old and will eventually die pretty soon. I'm not expecting it to last that long, if not from predators. So, speaking of predators, there was a whole bunch of animals that got murdered by wolves and other things. So we're just going to pick those up and get the textiles from them, as well as needed food, because now we have 3 settlers and a cat to feed. So yeah, other than that, we had a trader come along. They had some animals. I was hoping for a male sheep and a female sheep, but we have a male goat and a female goat and a really old cow and a donkey. So I think I'll take the youngest sheep that there is there and the 2 other goats, because those will probably last a little while. And we'll probably be able to start breeding those. And I mean, it's some milk, not exactly a lot of milk, but it will produce milk for us, which is more food. So, and any time that they die, we'll get some animal products from those as well. So, but pretty much everything else is not worth actually grabbing, I don't think. So we're also going to need a place to put them. So I decided to build an extension off of here where our kitchen will actually go, right next to our pantry. And then above it, I think we'll put our barn or stable, just for now, at least, until we can sort some stuff out. We'll eventually create a better building for our settlers, making it larger, out of better material. But yeah, right now we just had to kind of get things kind of established, and then we have all this land around us that we'll be able to build on, so that won't be a problem. But it's just a matter of getting this part set up. So we did get that room set up, and I think I put a armory in there already, so we should have all that sorted out. I have been mining and getting some resources. So we started going down a little bit more and started building our cellar. So came up with this design where we can just kind of go around like this and mine that part out. We're leaving the center in for support at the moment until we can put some beams in, some doors, and we're going to do that for a few other places around here as well. This will give us some room to actually expand, and it's going away from the kitchen, so that means that the heat from the kitchen won't really be affecting it. When we build other buildings, though, we need to make sure that we don't build over the cellar. But overall, that will be a good start for our food production and storage. So we started mining out the thing and putting some beams and stuff in, so we have actual support. Now, certain things like tallow and stuff will need to be on the floor, which means we'll need some sort of light material with low thermal capacity. So things like wicker will be our go-to for the beginning, but we'll work on that next episode. Anyhow, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.